at least 15 people over the past 12 months have come into Woodcrafters, and most of them are unskilled labor, at least as it pertains to woodworking and casework, like what we do, countertops, things like that. None of these people come to us with those skills, and we essentially will train them in a very short time period because most of it is repetitive tasks. For instance, the sanding that we specifically bought the sander for, if we did the 4 grits of sandpaper by hand, there is a very, very structured technique you have to follow. But this way we eliminated that built-in knowledge that, let's say, Steve, who's been here for 35 years, has, and we can just limit it to a single sandpaper pass by hand, and it's much more efficient. So then those people can be cross-trained in another area as well. So it's required less labor, and as proof, basically, we've grown 4-fold in the past 4 years, and our labor has essentially grown with that at the exact same percentage. And some of those have been adding people in the office and things like that. So we are doing more work on the floor with less person hour per dollar that's getting produced. I don't think anybody thought they were going to get replaced, because I've been pretty clear on the idea was to grow the company, but just to not have to go out and find all those skilled laborers and stuff. And we knew some people were getting close to retirement. We're fortunate enough that the average tenure here 4 years ago was probably close to 10 to 12 years. Now we're using some temp employees, and we've had to bring people in pretty rapidly, so the average tenure isn't what it used to be, but it's just because we've added people. But the goal is, we're an ESOP now, so the goal is to keep people for as long as possible. I don't think anybody thought they were going to lose their job, but I definitely think there was a fear of, my job is changing and I don't know what it's going to look like. And it's easy for me, who's done this, and to say, well, your job's going to look like this. But especially when you're in that position and you're asked to still produce while learning it in a new way, that's a very difficult position to be in. And there's some people who I owe a lot of gratitude to because of the way that they handled it and the improvements that they put in place while we're going through that. I was a consultant for 12 years, helping companies do this. So I've been in almost probably 1,000 different shops at this point and done countless implementations of either machinery or software. I kind of have a general rule, which is there's never going to be the right time. So one of the sad things that I typically see is people waiting until we have downtime, waiting until the market feels right, waiting until this goes on sale. So I have a methodology of there's never going to be the right time. Pull the trigger, jump in head first, and start swimming.